Welcome to the Spartan Factory, brought to you by Beyond the Big Ten. I'm your host, BJ Cunningham. I got Jerel Worthy with me. I got Dave Herron with me. But now we're going to get straight right into it today, man. Michigan came in, blew the doors off on us this weekend. We got popped 49-0. Didn't look very good at all, any phases of the game. Didn't look like we made too many adjustments either. I mean, we were talking about that through text during the game. But now, what was y'all's initial thoughts? How'd you feel about it, man? I know you had some strong thoughts about the game, man. What was your thoughts on that?
Well, first and foremost, it was a great weekend outside of the actual game. I had a chance to take my family up there, so I was pretty excited about that. You know, BJ, you gonna know about this maybe at one point in time of life, but when your kids, actually get a chance to know that you did that, you know what I'm saying, and you balled, that was actually a pretty cool experience for me. But as far as just the football team, man, the only highlight we had was running out that tunnel. Pre-game was lit, you know what I'm saying, everything was crazy, but, I mean, it was just tough for us, man. I mean, we had a freshman quarterback. We had, a defense that actually had been playing better over the last few weeks. Just looked, like they had no chance. And so that was the tough part, being in the stands and realistically calling that game out as Harbaugh walked down the football field, honestly at will. And that was just the tough part, man, because I know we got a lot of good football players that can contribute a little bit better than that, man. So, just looking in person, everything we did, it seemed like they tackled better than we did. They were when they caught the ball in the open field. I mean, they were able to make plays. They were able to extend, on short yardage. If we stop them behind the line, they're still falling forward for the first down. Like, every aspect of the game they seemed to beat us on, and that was just the tough part about watching from the stands. But I know you guys, y'all saw it, and you guys had a chance to get a look at it, Dave. What was your thoughts on it, man?
Well, my first initial thoughts, yeah, like you couldn't say it no better. Our best highlight was running out of the tunnel. I didn't feel like we seemed like we weren't even ready. But this type of game, I don't think the records matter. So you're gonna see some type of fight, and I don't think we saw any fight. After the first drive, Michigan went down. I knew what it was gonna be. They was pushing us around too easy. It was just, unfortunately, it was like varsity scrimmage and JV, and I was just like, God, I had to walk out the room just the first series. And unfortunately, I saw my family was in town, and they all Michigan fans. So they in my house, but I had to cut them off on that go, that color. Saying that on my house, I had to put my uncle to the side, like, hey, I love you and everything, but you might have to chill on that, man. You might get put in a headlock over here, But as far as our team, yeah, I just didn't see no fight. Like I said, the first series, I was just like, it's gonna be a long day. And then once we came back on offense, once we got on offense, man, we didn't move the ball, we didn't make no adjustments. It's just like we was trying to play it safe. I'm like, pull out all the tricks for this game. This is what you got to do. I mean, if we win this game, the season's good in my books. You know what I mean? Yeah, we want a good record, but if you could beat the team down the road, that makes a little bit better for the season. So yeah, don't be conservative. Be aggressive. Take some chances, and it seemed like we were just kind of just playing it safe.
I'm gonna keep it real. All right, so I was closest in the score. I said 38-10.
Yeah, right? You did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I said Michigan 38-10. Okay, so taking chances, being aggressive. We said last week that all sound good, but they lived up to what they do. The number 1 scoring defense, number 2 scoring defense, number 1 pass defense. Like,
yeah,
we only had 100 passing yards in the game. Well, 132 when Sam Levitt went in.
Yeah.
2 picks, 1 to the crib. So it's just like the spread at that time was 20 points. By the time game time came up, they knew it changed to 26.
Mm.
Quick. So what I'm saying is, Like all that aggressiveness, it sound good.
Yeah.
All that. We gotta fight and play harder. I'm just gonna be real. They were better than us at every phase, at every position.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about like a specific like stars and coming out, but every position they looked better than us.
Absolutely.
And it proved true in the score. It looked like they played one of their non-conference games versus us. That looked like a non-conference game score. You know what I'm saying? So it was real hard to watch.
Nah, it was I'm sorry.
It was hard. It was a better. I'm gonna keep it real though. It was a better watch than that Ohio State Penn State game, and that was a close game. But I would not even because I'm invested in Michigan State. I just liked. First off, our stadium is electrifying. It's beautiful at night. That looked crazy. That looked crazy. It looked beautiful. The black jerseys looked hard, so that might have caught my eye. And our grass. We got probably some of the best natural grass in America. I'm trying to keep it positive.
Can I chime in on that grass? I don't mean to cut you off. You know that our school is the school for agriculture. So
come on, man, land grant.
Right. That's what, we better have the best grass.
Man, man, damn that grass, man. Listen, man. Listen, at the end of the day, bro, it was tough because it looked like our boys was not used to our own grass, man. Like, listen, bro, they were routing guys, man. Like we were playing press man, and then it got to a point where we had to play off, and then they running the ball at the corners. It just was a tough day at the office, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, it wasn't like it was the running back. You know what I'm saying? It literally was the quarterback who went in there and gave us the business. And where our secondary had been playing well over the last couple of weeks, I mean, this is the thing. I just want to keep it real with y'all. I don't think it is the players. I don't think it's the ability that they don't. I don't think they lack ability. I don't think it's a situation where the players are constantly at fault. You got to go out there and compete, yes. But when I'm sitting in the stands and I see it, when we break the huddle on defense, our secondary is literally standing at cover 4. We don't move. We don't show it. We don't blitz. At the end of the day, we've been in situations where Michigan State has usually been one of the best corner blitzing teams in not the National Football League. I'll be on it. But as far as like in college football, you can go back, BJ, man, we've had numerous of corners that are great blitzing off the edge. And so what I see Harbaugh out-schemed us is he put us in a situation where he went trips and then he also flankered a receiver. So in that situation, it hinders us from really blitzing that corner without exposing ourselves to these deep passing routes. And honestly, man, he literally stayed in the same formation, walking all the way down the field. And that just was tough for me to to digest, bro, because, at the end of the day, all you have to do is shake up the defense, bro. Go press a dude. Go, let's throw somebody off with some timing, move the front. Let's do something scheme-wise that knocks them, or gets these guys behind the sticks, and it just wasn't like that at all night.
I got a question for my defensive guys. So on offense, when you see the flow of an offense, right? If you see the flow of an offense, let's take for example an NFL team. Let's just say the Bears. When you watch their offense, you can kind of tell that the coach, the way he's calling the offense, he don't necessarily trust the QB to make those down the field throws like the Cowboys, you would say, or the Bears or something like that. No disrespect to the guys, but we just calling it how we see it, right?
Right.
So as a defensive coach, would you think that maybe like he was trying to keep his guys safe so they wouldn't get more exposed than it was getting? Or do you think he stayed in that same defense because he just didn't know what was going on? Because I'm looking at it like maybe he just feel like he don't got the personnel to run what he want to run and blitz how he want to blitz. Because when you blitzing, you blitzing, you're only covering for so long because you manned up backside or it's a soft zone back there. So if that's the case, do I have the personnel to run that blitz, to hold them receivers back when we bring in the house the linebackers and everything to go get the quarterback?
Now, Dave, I don't know about you, but you know me, bro. My imagination different. And BJ, I'm gonna be real with you. They got the personnel to do it. These young guys have gotten interceptions each of the last 2 or 3 games that they played. And they played against some decent quarterbacks. You know, obviously Tunga Tuivaloa, you know, the quarterback out of Rutgers necessarily wasn't the guy, but we were able to turn the ball over against those opponents. I don't see J.J. McCarthy just skill-wise jumping off the map to me like any other quarterback that we're going to see down the stretch. And so what you do is if your corners and DBs are delivering, getting turnovers, then you got to instill that confidence during the week, and that comes from the coach. Like, if my guys are ball hawking, whether we win or lose, and we getting our hands on the football and turnovers, coming in that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, bro, I'm having a discussion like, hey, man, what y'all want to run? We're going to put y'all in some situations where we got to show up and be, you know what I'm saying, ball out, bro. I'm going to put y'all on the biggest stage to ball out. And that's where, you know, the one thing I do question is I would say necessarily how much influence, you know, Coach Barnett still has in the room. You know, obviously he's taking over head coaching, you know, roles, but as far as just being directly tied into the technique and day-to-day grind of these guys, you know what I'm saying, I don't necessarily know how much influence he's still having. And then we also got a new DB coach, you know, Jim, coming down from Buffalo. I actually was on the staff with him, and so I've seen him get defensive backs right, you know, obviously Tre'Davious White and a few other guys. And so we have the guys, bro, but man, if you're not giving them that freedom, you know, as far as when they break the huddle to be themselves, bro, it's going to be a tough day at the office, bro. I don't see no athlete like playing, using their best ability to uplift the scheme. I feel like everybody is trying to just play whatever this scheme is, but their talents can be far beyond this scheme if we have a creative imagination and utilize guys in the right way.
So you basically what you're saying is every team that Michigan played, all their coaches was tripping.
No, but they were still in science though, so you already know what that story about. So I don't even know why you even set me up there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Because we not the only team they done blown out. Yeah. So it's like, all right. So Indiana coaches, they need to go to then. Who else? Every other team they done blowing everybody out. So by 30. So it's just like at the end of the day, bro, it's college football, bro. This not the NFL where you out here like, bro. It's college football. You see Caleb Williams out there. You think that's scripted, bro? Them boys out there playing football.
They're playing hard.
Like we couldn't even go out there and play football. Yeah. Like at the end of the day, like, all right, broken play. Let's make something happen. I ain't see none offense or defense. I ain't see none of that, bro. The first 2 drives they had, they was 3rd and 15.
Yeah, that cannot happen.
Dime. Nobody on our team, offensively, nobody popped up off the film to me. Michigan, they had the quarterback popping off them 2 tight ends, 18 and 89. Them big boys out there balling.
Hey, but listen,
I'm like, yo, what is going on? Why can't we move the ball? So at the end of the day, yes, I get it. We need to scheme better and da-da-da-da-da-da. But at the end of the day, bro, we been out schemed and still put points on the board.
Yeah, but listen to me though.
I'm just saying.
How many times with a struggling QB you move the pocket as a receiver? With a struggling QB, they never moved the pocket at any point of the time last night.
I get that, but what I'm saying is, it comes to a point in time, bro. Like we gonna have to make one play. We didn't make one play. Not one. Like, oh, okay. Like nothing to be like excited about. And I'm not trying to, I love my dog. I ain't trying to bash no. We just keeping it in a bean, bro.
Yeah.
But as far as, I'm not even gonna put too much on the coaches because the coaches ain't out there on that field.
I agree with you.
At the end of the day, if it's man up.
I get you, but
I don't care if you keep running the same play and the quarterback is reading it right. If you run the same play, all right, backer, get over top, sit in the seam, make him throw it somewhere else. I'm just saying, that's what I mean by play football. The coach can only tell me, bro, you know how many touchdowns I scored off? Like, you know what? Nah, I'm just going to go over here. Tell the quarterback, hey, hit me over here. Yeah. We ad-lib, bro. We look like robots.
That's what I'm saying. I truly do not think that they even have the flexibility to be that. When you're watching.
So you just said it. You don't got the personnel.
I don't think it's the personnel. I'm thinking the command from up top does not give. Like when you're losing, bro, everything comes down. The coach, either you got to listen to me, be this X, Y, and Z, or you're going to be out of here. They're in those times, in those situations right now. I think, you got players that can technically win games for us because we've talked about it earlier this year. Not one time did they get Nathan Carter in space. They going up against one of the best defenses in the country, and they don't throw the ball to him out on the edges. They tried to literally ground and pound. We got our butts kicked. They never put receivers in situations where the pocket is moving, we can get catch and run situations. Like they wanted to just man up and throw these long, deep out routes with a freshman quarterback. Like that's not gonna fuel our offense unless he gets a couple dink and dunks where guys is catching and running, giving them confidence. And then in the secondary, bro, we lined up in cover 4 all day. They knew it. When they went they literally at one point went 4 receivers on one side. We still had our corner on the other side of the field. And they threw the screen. This was for like 3rd and 15. They threw a screen out there for 3rd and 15, bro, on the first 2 series. And it looked like where is the adjustment coming from that? You know what I'm saying? Why is nobody like speaking and motioning? And like, yes, we got some young players, but dude, all my antennas go off when I see 4 receivers to one side and the damn run. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's something that's got to go off in your head. And so I just really feel like, you know, these guys have been bottled down with some other things this year, but they are not in a situation where they can even come down the court like, hey, coach, I this is what I see, or, you know, being on the field like, hey, coach, this is what I see. So let me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like everybody walking on eggshells right now. Dave, what you got, man? Dave, we gotta get some thoughts from Dave. Dave, what you on, man?
I mean, I get what you're saying, Jerel, man. It is, we gotta put it on them coaches. Like, it's just not the kids' fault. So the coaches got to put them kids in the right position to make the plays, and you got to know your players, and that's a big thing. Like, if I know I got a good corner that just is good on man, or I got a good safety that's coming down to help us with the run, I'm gonna put him in the best position throughout the week. I'm gonna do my job as a coach. I'm gonna figure out where I need to put my top players so they can help us win. And if you're not making those adjustments, then you're not gonna get no better. So I agree. I think that we do have the personnel. I think we got some good players. But you just gotta just put them kids in the right place at the right time and let them handle the rest. Let them be athletes. Let them be the players that they are, and show why they are collegiate football players. So I agree with that. Man,
them boys they didn't had what week is it?
Yeah, I agree with you. It's about 7. It's week 7.
They didn't have 7 weeks to show us what kind of play. They didn't have many stages. Like I said, hey, I love them. I'm just, at the end of the day, as a player, I'm just saying, as a former player, even if we got the doors blown off us, Penn State at home, remember 42-7, Ohio State, we got the doors, but we still scored. But doors blown off us, 45-7, whatever. I wasn't going home like, man, their coaches did better than our coaches. I go out like they beat our butt.
Agreed.
Like,
now you do that.
I'm just looking at it like that. So what I'm saying is, looking back at them times, okay, damn, they had Terrell Pryor, we have Brian Hoyer in college. Okay, I'm gonna take TP. All right, we got Caden Hauser, rookie quarterback. They got McCarthy. Okay, we got Nathan Carter, transfer from UConn. They got Blake Corum, former Big Ten Player of the Year. Okay, we got Malik Carr. They got 2 tight ends that lead the Big Ten in receiving. Okay, so I'm just saying, if I go down the line, we can all say our players, oh yeah, we good, we got good guys. Bro, every single player that Michigan had, their number 1, 2 in the country, was better. If we going pound for pound, like, they were better than us. I'm just being real.
That's
on paper.
So, on paper. So when it come down to it, if I know that, at the end of the day, you know what they gonna do? Even if we get blown out, they gonna know who B.J. Cunningham is at the end of the day. They gonna know who Jerel Worthy was. And I don't care how much we lost by. And that's what I didn't see from anybody.
I agree with that.
That's what you feel me? Y'all feel me?
Okay, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I'm definitely with you on that.
I'm gonna get the doors blown off.
Yeah, no, that was
you gonna know my name at the end of the day.
That was a great point.
You remember that catch I had, or that block I had on you, or that hit I had. That's all I'm saying. I ain't see none of that.
Now you make a good point.
I know we got dogs, but I know we can play football. I know we nice, but it's just like, step up and just somebody do it.
Hey,
that's
all I wanted to say. You know what else could have helped him out, BJ?
What?
I don't know how it is for y'all, but even in high school, when we put that all black on, I felt untouchable.
Bro, what?
Untouchable.
Funeral.
Can nobody see me out there? All black.
It was tough, man. I got my son the jersey.
Reaper out here.
Oh, that was hey, you got
like you said, we didn't see none of that. The black should have gave you some power.
That's what I'm saying. Wakanda forever. Like, what you talking about? We should have been lit. We should have been out. Like, Wakanda going crazy out the tunnel. Black Panther lit. Halloween, we lit. What's up? Lit.
Oh, when I said to you were, we got dressed for the funeral. You was like, well, you said
Man, shit,
you
our
said,
own funeral.
Our own.
Shoot, what you talking about, man? We was Paul Bears. Man, hey, man.
We was like the Heat when they put on all those suit and ties and briefcases and went out and got smacked.
Bro, hey, man.
Hey, Brian got them boys fresh though. He got them boys fresh though. Look.
He did.
Nah, but
Mr. Nick was that. Mr. Nick wouldn't have had that putting us in the New Jersey.
Nah.
We got beat like that.
He just made us change at halftime, man. Y'all go put the old shits back on.
Nah, Coach D wouldn't have played. Nah, Coach D would have made us put them old jerseys back on.
Take them off. They ain't deserve it. Strip them. Put the ones with no name on the back. The old school ones.
Right, mine. Yeah.
But nah, goose egg with the black jerseys at night is crazy.
Yeah, bro.
That is crazy.
Like,
that is crazy.
And honestly, when I say it from a recruiting standpoint, we had some major talent out there. 4 or 5 stars all over the field. You had plaques in the building. I mean, Barry Sanders. My son got to meet Barry Sanders. That was a crazy experience for me. Yeah. For him too, because he played Madden and stuff. But it's a crazy weekend though, man. And the stars was out, and we really did drop the ball, bro. That was unfortunate.
But man, enough of them bums, man. Enough of Michigan, bro. I'm good on that, bro. Let's get to Minnesota though.
Okay.
Halloween weekend.
Okay.
October 28th at Minnesota. Remember were you there when we played there?
Man, look, I was there last time, bro. I got concussed. I got concussed.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yo, that was terrible, BJ. On Halloween, got concussed. In that new stadium. The new stadium was lit though. The locker rooms was mad big. Felt like we were in the NFL stadium. It was crazy, man.
It was brand new too. That was the first year that it had opened up. It was a brand new stadium. Halloween. It was super cold. Mm-hmm. I remember. We lost like at last second. We played. We was like on the 5, and the coach called a fade route to me, bro. And I caught it. Went up and caught it, and my pinky toe hit the white.
Oh man.
And we lost the game, bro. I remember that, bro. I was sick. Oh my gosh. That's when Keyshawn had like 2 kick returns. Keyshawn Martin, he had 2 kick returns to the crib.
He was going crazy.
Something like that. He was going crazy. That was his coming out party.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Minnesota, man. But they 2-2. We going to their house this weekend. They've been coming up. They had a couple good wins this year.
Yeah.
Who they beat? Did they beat Iowa? Yeah, they just beat Iowa. They just coming off of a win versus Iowa for their little trophy. Who else they had? Who else did they beat? It was somebody, but they're having a good season, man. They got a good receiving core. They move the ball well. They throw the ball well. I feel like we got a challenge on defense, definitely in the pass game with them. Offensively, I feel like every week is going to be a challenge for us. Until we figure out what we're doing. But Minnesota, man. What you think? They got a good team coming in.
They got a good running back. They got a good running back.
Yeah, running back fire.
He from Detroit. Like how we let Buddy go up to Minnesota though. He averaging 5.5 yards a carry, 5.7 yards a carry. Got almost 600 yards on the year. So he balling Darius Taylor. But I think, obviously for us, man, going on the road, Minnesota going to be cold. It'll be good to get out Spartan Stadium. Spartan Stadium has not been our friend this year, bro, and that's the tough part, bro. Is like, when we had previewed the year, bro, we had talked about our first 4 games at home. Like, when has that ever been a situation where you literally don't leave the crib for the first month of the season? And so, at the end of the day, it's been tough for us, man, to kind of get ourselves back going. But I think against Minnesota, what they're going to come out and do. They're going to try to run the ball, be physical. We got to make some plays. I would just love to see us be creative, like I told you. Like, I want to see us, be creative with the scheme. We tried to be too vanilla last week. I told you we had the players, but damn, that scheme just wasn't it. So we got to figure it out.
Yeah, I ain't going to lie. That whatever we did offensively and defensively last week, throw that out the window. You can't have that.
Do you burn this tape? Like if you the coach, do you burn this tape?
Oh, I'm not even going in. We're not even watching it. I've had games and it was so bad of a game we didn't even watch it. We just moved on to the next. Like the coaches watched it, but we didn't watch it as a group. I mean, I'm throwing it away. We all know what happened. We getting ready for Minnesota. I'm not wasting no time on that tape. I'm burning it. Keep it pushing. What about you?
Honestly, it was just. I make my coordinators watch it with me. I definitely. We got to sit there and
we watching.
As the head man, I got to figure this shit out because I mean, just for me personally, bro. Like I said, they went down the field in the same formation, and they literally just motioned us to see whether or not we was in man and zone. And all them tight ends 8 versus cover 4 because they was just routing the middle linebackers and the little slot corners who can't cover them dudes. Them dudes was too big for them boys. So it was. Man, we got to figure that out. I think they gotta watch that tape. But as far as the players get Monday, get ready to Minnesota. The goal is bowl. They got to get bowl eligible now, man. Like this, this ain't never been our discussion, bro. I don't feel like we've ever had to have the discussion to see whether or not we gonna get bowl eligible. But man, it's crazy that that's our goal this year at the moment.
Yeah, that's not really the goal going into the season. But at this point, it's get bowl eligible and try and look as good as we can towards the end of the season for recruiting.
Yeah, boy.
Because we gonna have to have a big year in recruiting this year coming up because I know people gonna leave and I know it's gonna be hard to get people in. So,
But let me just be real with you, B. Like I know this ain't even really a segment on our show, bro. But as far as like we gotta swing for the fences as far as our next head coach. Like the next head coach has to be somebody with the. I'm talking about with the cachet, with the aura, everything that goes with it, because where we at right now and USC, UCLA about to come into the building, we will seriously be left behind if our next HC is not a person that is going to be able to bring in the right quarterback for recruitment, because at the end of the day everything starts with the quarterback. And so bringing that right quarterback to be able to bring in the right skill, to be able to bring in the right lineman, to be able to finish that off. So for me, bro, that head coach has to be the number one thing on their mind right now. And there's guys on the staff that I still would keep, but there's some guys that definitely would have to be it would have to be changed out.
Definitely. I mean, you got names like Lincoln Riley, Chip Kelly, like guys that have solidified themselves in this college football game of changed regimes of schools and the college game. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we need somebody impactful. And at this point, I want a winner. I want a winner and somebody knows how to recruit. Look, Prime or Urban? What up?
Listen, I mean that's kind of really what it is, bro. Like
Prime and Urban, we got pay the man, pay him. What's up? Let's get something, man. We got to get something out of this and make sure that our program stays relevant with all these new schools coming in, man. I don't want to we falling into that tier. I don't want to be in that lower tier of the Big Ten. I still want to.
Nah, we can't be like that.
You know what I'm saying? Be in that top tier, Big Ten tier, especially like you said with those USCs, those UCLAs, those Washingtons coming in. So, I mean, that's all we got for y'all this week. This is Spartan Factory.
Sir.
Got Minnesota next week at Halloween at their crib. All right, we brought to you by Beyond the Big Ten. Any last words for them, bro?
Yeah, fellas, man, lick our wounds from this weekend. Get back to it. It was great to see all my Spartan dogs, SD4L. You already know what it is, and we'll see y'all boys next week.
All right, well, holla at y'all. Peace.